The Power of a Single Story.
When Mr. Silver told us he was going to pick 4 students to perform at the speech festival on the topic of diversity, I thought, who could really share the essence of diversity? I want to start with a confession. I used to think diversity was just a vocabulary word. You know the kind, it shows up on a poster in the school hallway right between the words integrity and resilience, written in a bubbly font over a stock photo of kids from 5 different backgrounds, all laughing at something. I'd read the word, think cool, important, got it, and walk to class. That was my entire relationship with diversity for the majority of elementary school. Then I joined a volleyball club and a debate league in the same year, and I realized I didn't understand the word at all. In fact, I didn't understand the story at all. Shimarlem Ngozi Adichie calls it the danger of a single story. If we only see one side, we miss the richness and the challenges and the perspectives that make people human. Here in California, that lesson is all around us. It's in our classrooms, it's on our streets, it's in our communities. People bring experiences from across the world that shape how we see each other to this day. Now here's the thing about volleyball that no one tells you. You cannot do it alone. I know that sounds obvious, it's a team sport after all, but I mean it in a deeper way. In basketball, one amazing player can take over an entire game, but in volleyball, the rules literally won't let you. You're forced to depend on someone else every single time. My club team is made up from girls from all over, different schools, different backgrounds, different everything. Our setter, Angelina, is the quietest person on the court. Her communication style is this quick flick of her eyes that tells you, I'm sitting middle or outside, get ready. If you're not paying attention, you miss it completely. Then there's Sophie, our middle hitter. Sophie is the opposite of quiet. She celebrates kills by screaming and chest bumping whoever is closest, which has nearly knocked me down more than once. And then there's me, in the back row, trying to read the play and dig the ball before it hits the floor, while also somehow processing Angelina's eye contact and Sophie's sonic booms at the same time. For the first couple of weeks, we were terrible together. Not because anyone lacked talent, but because we didn't speak each other's language yet. We'd lose points, look at each other, shrug, and do the same thing next rally. And our coach, he didn't fix it for us. He just watched. Arms crossed, a little grin, like a scientist watching an experiment, waiting for us to figure out the formula. And then, slowly, we did. But nobody made a speech, and nobody had a meeting. We just started paying attention to each other, and that's when everything clicked. We went on a 7-game winning streak, and I realized something that day. Diversity does not mean putting people in a room and forcing it to work out. It doesn't even mean hoping it to work out. It means figuring out what each person brings to the table and being able to build something with it. Now, debate taught me the other half. I do public forum, which means I argue policy topics with a partner against another team. But this format has a fun little twist. You don't get to choose your side. This means 2 things. You have to prepare both sides of the topic, and that means you have to be passionately ready to argue for something you may not personally agree with. The first time this happened to me, I hated it. The topic was about some economic policy, and I knew exactly which side I wanted to be on. And all of a sudden, we lost the coin flip, and there I was, standing at a podium arguing the exact opposite of what I truly believed. It felt fake, like I was lying, but with a timer and a judge. But then something weird happened. Halfway through my speech, I actually started to believe some of what I was saying. Not all of it, but some of it. The logic made sense, and the evidence was there, and I realized people who genuinely held this position weren't wrong. They were just looking at the same problem from a different angle. And that's the thing about debate that changes how you think about diversity, because it's not just about being around different people, it's about being inside different ideas. It's about crawling into someone else's argument, looking at the world through their lens, even if it's just for a second, and having that moment where your brain goes, oh, I see why someone thinks this. Then there's that moment in Crossfire, the part where both teams question each other. It's when your opponent says something you didn't expect. Not a gotcha, but a real genuine point you hadn't considered. For a second, your whole plan is useless, and you're just left there to react. That stutter step, it's uncomfortable, but it's where the learning happens. And the truth is, it only happens when you're face to face with someone who sees the world differently than you. So here's my ask to you guys. Let stories, not differences, guide how you see each other. Share your story and ask others to share theirs. And when they do, learn to embrace them for it. Because the truth is, there are 8.3 billion stories in the world waiting to be heard. One for every person out there. And who knows which could change your life. Thank you.